What's your strategy? I'm certain that most entrepreneurs, business, and sales leaders would agree that having the right strategy is important to the success of their business. Positioning your business to win is paramount to any business, and it starts with understanding that the desired destination is the goal, and how you move towards that goal is your strategy. For this reason, it's important not to confuse goals for strategy. A goal is the result you're looking for, and a strategy is the approach you take to achieve that goal. Richard Rumelt, the author of Good Strategy, Bad Strategy, says that a strategy is like a lever that magnifies force. Strategy is all about taking the time to identify the key challenges and critical issues that are getting in the way of your objectives, defining an approach to deal with these challenges, and effectively outlining the action plan needed to overcome them. There are 3 elements to good strategy. This is what we call the strategic kernel. There are diagnosis, a guiding policy, and a set of coherent actions. The first element, a diagnosis, is when you take the time to define and understand the challenge. It's where you spend time thinking about what might get in the way of reaching your goals, where you ask, what are the roadblocks that might cause an issue? The second element, a guiding policy, is the overall approach used to deal with these challenges. Think of it as the headline of your article, a phrase or two that describe the how you're going to overcome those obstacles. The third element, the coherent actions, dictate how the guiding policy will be carried out. It's your action plan, the steps and actions that you will take to overcome the challenges and reach your goals. Strategy is about focus. It's about leveraging limited resources to achieve maximum results. And to do that, you must first understand the challenge you face, and that begins by discovering what's important and what's not. A proper diagnosis comes from focusing attention on the points that matter and then defining the challenge with piercing clarity. It's the clear and insightful answer to the question, what's going on here? So why does it matter? Because a diagnosis informs your response to the challenge. A doctor treats a patient based on a diagnosis of their illness. And if that diagnosis is wrong, so too will the course of action be. Such is the importance of getting the diagnosis right. The purpose of a guiding policy is to channel actions in a particular direction. Here's an example. There's a lady who runs a small grocery store. She's facing competitive challenges from a local big box grocery store that is open 24/7, and she can't compete on price. She has a range of options available. Should she focus on fresh organic produce, or should she begin to stock specialty Asian food for the large number of Asian students who frequent her store? Perhaps she should remain open longer and try to compete on service. She needs a guiding policy, and she ended up deciding that it would be to focus on the busy professionals that visit her store. Her guiding policy became to develop a competitive advantage by focusing on pleasing these busy professionals. It became her headline, the one phrase that described her approach to dealing with the challenges she was dealt. By following this policy, she developed her competitive advantage by creating and implementing an action plan, the steps she would take to accomplish her goal. Strategy without action means nothing. And just as a diagnosis informs the guiding policy directs the coordinated action steps needed to accomplish the goal. When listing the actions, it's important that they build upon each other, steadily marching toward the accomplishment of the goal, a coordinated action plan. For example, a company with a guiding policy of delivering low-cost goods to their customers must have a series of actions designed to support that goal. From the supply chain to customer service to staffing, a sustained and coordinated series of actions must be taken. Sometimes these actions are tough, but strategy is about making tough choices. Having the discipline to focus, coordinate, and make tough decisions is challenging. So be clear as possible and communicate effectively. Only with coherent and coordinated action can strategy go from ideas to reality. And when all three aspects of the kernel are in place, you maximize your chances of implementing a strategy that will deliver great results.